It's a projectile. Like Aaron Rodgers' throw. A projectile.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey sports fans and people of the internet, Steffi here bringing you my week in sports. I've waited 7 months and a couple days for this past weekend. And no, it's not my birthday and it is not Christmas. The NFL season is once again among us and I could not be more excited. Before I move along, I'm going to put in a statement right here that I am no expert and no god on football. Everything I have to say is solely my opinion. And if you want to throw it in the comments down below your opinion on this season and what you think the NFL is going to look like, I am all ears. Put it in the comments. I will make sure to reply and get a conversation going. Now it's on to the video. Alright, so week 1, AFC East, New York Jets, Buffalo Bills. Not going to talk about that one. Moving right along. The Pittsburgh Steelers against the Cleveland Browns. Now, I'd like to take a moment to applaud the Cleveland Browns for only losing by 4 points against a Steelers team that was charged up and ready for this season. And the Cleveland Browns have none other than DeShone Kizer to thank for this great game that they played against the Steelers. He had 222 yards and 20 complete passes. He had an amazing game against the Steelers defense that was strong and ready to go. And that Steelers defense really needs to tighten things up come week 2 because they were sloppy and they were finding a lot of open gaps, the Browns, and that's what made them so competitive against this Steelers team. Up next on the list of discussion in the AFC, the Super Bowl champions of 2017, best comeback of the century, proclaimed by Mark Wahlberg, the New England Patriots, with none other than self-proclaimed GOAT, GOAT, who is Tom Brady. They played the Kansas City Chiefs and they lost. And if you didn't hear me correctly, I said they played the Kansas City Chiefs at home at Gillette Stadium and they lost. Sidebar, putting the Buffalo Bills atop the AFC North. Yeah, atop as in first place. You gotta follow, you're good. You're good. Great game, and star of the game was none other than rookie Kareem Hunt. Yes, his first play of the NFL was a fumble, and that was his only fumble in 800 plus career starts, but he sure did make up for it. He had 98 receiving yards and 2 marvelous touchdowns for the Chiefs. If he can connect with Alex Smith all season like that, there's no telling where the Chiefs may end up. Now on to the NFC Highlight Game of Week 1. The Seattle Seahawks versus the Green Bay Packers at Lambeau Field. And if we know anything about Lambeau Field, it's a very hostile environment to play in. But the Seattle Seahawks held their own defensively, something we can expect all season. Now, it was 3-0 going into halftime, a very slow game to say the least, and Green Bay did come out with the win, but Seattle played a very strong defensive game. Now, we expect Seattle to go for the run game and really attack the quarterback, but they had a hard time getting at Aaron Rodgers. He had 333 yards and 28 complete passes against the Seahawks defense, a defense which is so wound up and so tight that it's hard to see that he got that many complete passes past them. This year in football, after week 1, is something to truly be excited about. The Rams look great. The Arizona Cardinals have a strong young team surrounding Carson Palmer, and the Dallas Cowboys are led by none other than rookie Dak Prescott, who is constantly trying to prove himself. Now, looking into the farther future, I'm not really a fan of Super Bowl predictions because anything can happen nowadays in the NFL. Players could get hurt, players go down, and that's season ending not only for the player but for the team as well. But if I had my Super Bowl prediction, it would be the New England Patriots in the AFC for sure. I mean, they're already shareholders in the division title, considering that division consists of the Jets, the Dolphins, and the Buffalo Bills. So Tom Brady has practically a leeway right to that division title, and the AFC is looking like the New England Patriots are going to dominate once again. Over to the NFC though, it's a toss-up for me. I'm stuck between the Green Bay Packers and the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks have a great defensive line. They have Bennett. They added newly acquired Sheldon Richardson, who's great in that D-line. He's also a great multitask player. He's great at getting around the field and making those plays happen. As for the Green Bay Packers, Aaron Rodgers has great skill position players around him, and defensively and offensively they are very tight, and we saw that against the Seattle Seahawks. Considering the whole first half it was 0-0. Those teams went neck and neck, and it came down to just a couple points of the Green Bay Packers winning. So definitely two teams to make sure you watch out for in the NFC. Thank you so much guys for tuning in to Steffi's World in Sports. I hope you enjoyed this week's video. I'm super excited about the NFL. I'm super pumped, so I hope you guys are too. Don't forget to throw in the comments below what you think. Make sure you subscribe and like and turn on the push notification. It would be much appreciated. Now next week, I can promise I'm going to be throwing some NBA predictions, NBA rumors. I'm going to be talking about home openers, especially Kyrie Irving returning to Cleveland after getting traded to Boston. Now that situation reminds me a lot of when, you know, you see an ex, but it's like you don't really want to see this ex, but you have no choice but to see them. That's what that's like. Kyrie is LeBron James's ex, and they're gonna have to get along. Well, not really get along, but they're gonna have to coexist in one building for that opener, and I am super excited about that one. Some other things I'm gonna be talking about: the Toronto Raptors open up against the Chicago Bulls. I'm gonna be talking about the Raptors, how they look, players they've added, players they've lost, things they've changed up, and see how the rookies are doing. You know that the 905, the Raptors 905 won the championship last year, so the G League now, which used to be the D League, is looking very promising in Toronto. Many fans are getting more involved. Many people are a lot more interested, so it's definitely something I want to talk about. I'm interested to know if you guys have seen a Raptors 905 game, have seen any G League game that is anywhere in the States, anywhere in in Toronto is the only place to see a G League game. So if you've seen one and you like the atmosphere, throw it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought. How does it compare to an NBA game? Thank you so much guys for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.